Many of my sexual assault clients have asked me this question over the years that they, for example, were in a relationship with this person who's now accused them of sexual violence against them, sexual rape or sexual assault many years ago or even recently. And they say they have, look, quote unquote, dirt on the person. They know they're a bad person. They know they are dishonest and this sort of thing. And I can prove it. I've got this proof. I can call other witnesses. And I have to slow them down. I said, whoa, time out, time out. There's rules of evidence. And fundamental rule of evidence is in criminal court, you tend to have to stick to the germane issue of relevance, so proving the case, disproving the case. Now, there's exceptions to every rule. With a sexual assault victim, and any witness really, you're allowed to cross-examine to a certain extent on bad character. And let me give you an example. So, of a case that I recently did. So I had a case where my client was accused of many years ago of sexually assaulting a younger man. And we had evidence that this person, first of all, we knew they had a serious criminal record for crimes of dishonesty and drugs. We had some knowledge that they were in and around the time of the events were involved in, dishonesty, drug dealing, heavy cocaine use that could affect memory and this sort of thing. So let's talk about the criminal record. So first of all, so a fundamental rule is I'm allowed to put to them that they've got a criminal record. And, look, you've been convicted of A, B, C, D, crimes of dishonesty. I'm allowed to even delve into the facts of those and say, well, you dealt a pound of cocaine, you dealt this, you stole from here. And this shows their credit, that there might not be a credible witness. As far as the other evidence goes that they were involved in drug dealing per se, if I have a good faith basis to put that to them, and I did, I had proof of that, and they admit it, that's great. If they deny it, I'm stuck with the answer. I can't, because it's a corollary issue. It's a collateral issue that it's not part of the main proof of the case. So that's called the collateral fact rule. Now, fortunately, this particular person didn't know that rule. He admitted it because he probably knew I had the proof. So I was able to prove that they were generally leading a ne'er-do-well lifestyle at the time of use of drugs. That's important too, because drugs can affect memory. They were addicted to oxys, addicted to cocaine. And again, if they would not have admitted that, but he did, I would not have been able to offer extrinsic proof of that because it's not part of the main issue. So quick recap, criminal records I can introduce underlying facts. In fact, if they deny it, I can actually prove the record and prove the facts, well, the record at least. Other collateral issues of bad character evidence, of their bad lifestyle, of drug dealing generally, of lying generally. If I have a good faith basis for it as a lawyer, I can't just make things up. I can put that to them. If it's denied, I'm stuck with the answer. But in many cases, victims of crime who fall into this kind of bad character person, they don't know that and they'll admit things. Not always it's denied and you're stuck with the answer. But the most powerful weapon, though, a bad character evidence is a criminal record, because if someone, let's face it, someone's got convictions for theft, convictions for drugs, convictions for this, crimes of moral turpitude, crimes of this show a bad character, it clearly affects their credibility. And I've won cases just on that basis. Whoa, the judge goes, whoa, this person lies consistently, and they got essentially a record for crimes of dishonesty and lying, obstruction of justice, for example. So there's a quick primer on how bad character evidence can be used against a sexual assault victim who's truly a person of bad character. Now, I've done, I don't even know how many sexual assaults over the years, literally dozens, maybe up to 100 over the years, but in my career at least. I can count on one hand, though, where I had this true type of evidence, and those are pretty easy wins when you have that type of evidence, especially a person with a criminal record, let's face it, and who's involved in drug dealing, who's involved in, a lifestyle that you can show as a lifestyle of lying, essentially. So there you have it. That's a little bit of primer on this type of bad character evidence against victims of sexual assault, or I should say alleged victims. And I just want to mention that our firm has offices in Toronto, London, Kitchener, and Windsor. We also represent sexual he's charged with all types of crimes, including sexual crimes across Ontario, including other type of offenses. And if you want to give, for example, our Toronto sexual assault lawyers a call for a free consultation, feel free to do so. We'll help you out and give you some good advice. Thank you for watching our video. We are absolutely committed to bringing you the best possible criminal and DUI educational videos. If you found this video helpful, please like it and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you've been charged with a criminal offense in Ontario and require our services, please click on the link in the description below.